Welcome back to yet another episode of the Hear Us Out podcast where we talk about life and answer your burning questions. We are still recording from our homes due to COVID-19, but we look forward to meeting in person once it's all over. Hi, I'm Melissa, and here today I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Marieli.
Hi, my name is Heidi.
Hi, I'm Janae.
Hi, I'm Julia. Okay, so with everything going on this week, I'm sure a lot of us had quite a bit of things going on. So let's just start with our highs and lows. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. This week has been absolutely crazy for me. It's always been like go, go, go. So I had a bunch of interviews this past week for another project I'm doing with my friend Dana.
Ooh.
So with all these interviews, they're all over Zoom, which I think is pretty cool and the new normal now because Corona.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's over online, I got to meet people from around the world.
Ooh.
And that's because we have been getting into organizations and scheduling all these collaborations and all that stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. It could be a little bit stressful because me and her, we had 3 meetings set up in one day.
Oh, wow.
And those 3 meetings were all in different time zones. So
Oh yeah, that could be a little tricky.
Yeah.
that
Wow.
was crazy. It was insane because we were working with Pacific Standard Time and East Coast time and
Oh, no.
Texas time.
Yeah.
And
at least...
Yeah.
Well. California is 2 hours behind us, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
East Coast is an hour ahead of us. So we were so stressed that we were like, let's just reschedule that. So that worked out perfectly well, and I love that.
Imagine
sounds
you've been
fun,
at
though.
Hawaii time. It's like 6 hours behind.
I know. Yeah.
I know, that's crazy. I don't know how that works.
That sounds
actually.
fun though.
Yeah, it really was fun. I had a great time. Like, it's the good kind of busy, you know? It's good busy. And then my low, well, I have two this week actually. Me and the crew, I can call y'all the crew, right?
Yeah.
The crew, I can call y'all the crew, right?
Yeah.
The crew. Yeah. So we are from Texas, and if you guys don't know, we have a hurricane coming soon.
Well,
Yeah.
by
Hurricane
the
Hannah.
time this ends up being posted, the Hurricane Hannah would already have passed, fully at least. So yeah, so by the time we're recording this is while we're still waiting for a possible hurricane to hit us. So let's just hope
to be a tropical storm, but no.
Let's just hope that by the time everyone hears this, everything will
over.
be back to normal.
Yeah,
It's like super
and
cloudy.
Julie was mentioning this used to be a tropical storm, and then whenever we would check the news would just get worse and worse. So we're just like, okay, all right then.
Every time
Yeah.
it updates, it gets a little bit more depressing.
I agree. My second low for this week, this is the first week where I've had 2 lows, but that's okay. Because
Okay.
coronavirus. Traveling has been put to a stop, and that's understandable and the
Yeah.
best way to go right now, and I'm totally okay with that. But me and my family were supposed to go to Italy,
Oh no.
and now the travel agency won't refund us.
Oh, that's so bad.
That
Oh.
sucks. Italy is really cool.
Required to do that?
I think it kind of depends on some factors, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because after a certain point, they just literally can't give you your money back because they already used it to buy like food and whatnot for your stay, but it ended up not happening.
Oh, I see.
At least that's what
Thank you
kind of
guys.
uncertain times right now.
Yep, and I'm done with my rant. So whoever wants to go next can go.
Well, I'll go next. Okay, my highs were for this week that I started getting my stuff done for school, like my homework, and I also started learning how to code.
Fancy.
For my low, I don't really have anything besides the hurricane that's coming, but that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta love the hurricane. I guess I'll go next. So this week's been it was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. But actually, it was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I had some deliveries, give me something to look forward to, and they all came in. I won Heidi's business giveaway, her little collab.
That was fun.
That was fun. It was really cool. I love all the stuff. and I love all the stuff. And then yeah, it was pretty good. And then I always love recording too. Oh, for the low, of course, or the hurricane. It just came out of nowhere. Like, it was supposed to be like a tropical. It was supposed to go to like Louisiana, and then all to find out that a hurricane's probably gonna come by tonight. And
Yeah.
And you know what?
I found out 2 days ago about a tropical storm, and then I wake up today and it's a hurricane.
Yeah, there's an 80% chance of rain in 20 minutes.
Oh, well,
yeah,
if you hear rain in the background, we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we apologize. We're in the middle of
Like, it made me shiver a little bit is when I checked the radar. Do you know how the redder it gets, the worse it gets?
Yeah.
We were right in the path of the red, and I was like, oh my god.
There was a purple patch.
Oh my god. Really
okay,
bad.
this is what I've noticed. You're either in a drought or like in the middle of a storm. Like, there's no in between. There's no in between.
I agree, because climate change is real. Get yourself out of it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's always been like that, but I mean, still, I guess I could be part of it. So that's kind of it. Not very interesting. Anyone next?
I'll go. Do you want to go, Janae?
No, you can go.
Okay. Go, Janae?
No, you can go.
Okay. Okay, so my high for this week, I don't have a specific high. I just kind of had, like, a great, fine week. But for my low, I have 2 lows like Heidi. One of which I actually told y'all yesterday. My earring fell down the sink.
No.
My earring fell down the sink.
No.
Oh, no.
It was like a nice earring too. Like, I really liked it and I wore it a lot. But I was
get that from
taking them
Italy?
off. Not necessarily. I went to Italy a few years back, like on a cruise, and I got it on that cruise. So, like, on a cruise, and I got it on that cruise. So, like, I mean, I guess technically, I don't know. I don't know where they get their earrings from, but I was taking it off, and I was like right next to the sink, and I don't know, something, it just fell, and I was like,
no.
I might
Have
be
you
able to
gotten it out?
salvage it. Maybe I might
Have
be
you
able to
gotten it out?
salvage it. Maybe not. I haven't tried yet. This happened literally last night, and I was like, I'll deal with it tomorrow.
Poor Alyssa.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. My other low is that.
How?
I mean, it's fine now, but for like a day, we had to wash everything by hand. It was kind of like, I mean, it wasn't like, oh my god, my life is over. It wasn't that bad, but it was like a little bit inconvenient. So,
guys, speaking about dishwashers, I told the crew. I told them yesterday, but if you don't know me, I usually wash dishes by hand, and I don't use the machine. I don't like using machines. I don't know why. I prefer doing everything manually.
But because the machine can't get it better than Heidi.
Yes, exactly. But yes, exactly. But because we've been home a lot more, the dishes and food intake has been a lot greater. So I was forced to use a washing machine, right? But I forgot that you had to put soap in the machine.
Oh
so,
no!
Oh Heidi!
Oh Heidi!
But for the past
Heidi!
Oh Heidi!
But for the past month, our dishes have only been washed with water.
And how did you feel? Like, how did you find out that you didn't put in the soap?
I looked at it because the slot for soap was empty, and I was like, oh, soap. The slot for soap was empty, and I was like, oh, soap.
Oh my god. Oh no.
You're like, oh, that's what I was missing.
Exactly.
So hopefully the hot water washed all the bacteria away.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So otherwise it's like reusing.
Well, I mean, Heidi's...
I'm good.
So...
Oh, yeah. So my high and low is like within the same thing, kind of. But, you guys sound so productive, I feel bad. But,
yeah, productive.
So, today's the 25th, right? Yeah. No, One Direction's 10-year anniversary. Yeah.
Oh, Janae.
Oh yes.
We all know what's coming.
Yeah.
Texting at like 11:57.
Yep. So
Janae did not get any sleep.
no, because I'm a hardcore passionate directioner. So
Oh,
what
yeah.
I did is I wanted to get like all the notifications. I stayed up the entire night and I was awake for like 45 hours until like Friday, and then I went to sleep and crashed for 13 hours.
Yeah, and Janae usually, wakes up later than the rest of us.
It's a lot
So
later.
I tend to wake up at around like 9-ish, and so I was thinking, and I was like, Janae, you're awake so early. Oh my gosh. She was like, actually, I just haven't gone to sleep yet.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, Janae.
I mean, in fairness, they didn't even post that much. That was my low. It was for nothing. But like, actually, it wasn't for nothing because they did still do stuff, but it was less than we expected. So it's okay. What I'm saying is, I would do it again.
Oh god. Yeah, I was like on a caffeine high.
I drank 2 cups of coffee and I felt like I was like on another planet because I was delusional. Yeah.
Delusional. Janae was delusional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Delusional. Janae was delusional.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that. That's funny.
It's funny and
Has
sad.
everyone gone? Has everyone gone for their high and low so we don't miss anyone?
Yes.
Okay, good. So Marieli, go ahead.
So everyone in our group has social media, and we all post whatever we want, but some of us with thought and others with not so much. But overall, we all have our own perspective on social media, and we'll be talking more about that on today's topic, which is social media. And I want to give a quick shout out to Anthony for sending in the chosen topic. His Instagram is at AACE_127.
Thank you, Anthony. I actually really love this topic because there's so much to it. Like, we won't run out of things that we can say.
Exactly.
So,
I am like probably the most least experienced in social media. Like, I barely got Snapchat and Instagram this year, and I've had my phone for like 3 years. So I don't know. I just knew that there was a lot of. I mean, social media isn't all necessarily as bad, like a bad thing. Use it in everything.
I agree. There's a way to use things in certain. That does not make any sense, but there's many aspects. So, there's that. And I feel like there's some sort of pressure or stigma to people that choose to live their life offline. And I don't think that should be there because I think personally it's a power move to not be on social media and go against the grain. Because I have a handful of friends who live their life offline, like Alyssa and my friend Dana. But you know what? They are living their best. That's great.
Yeah, I don't like post like ever. Like, I've never posted anything. I don't even have an Instagram bio. I just follow like you guys and some meme accounts, and I don't even go on it that often.
It's a good thing to have no social media because then if you have social media and it can help you get like connections with people or things that benefit you, then in the long run it's good for you. But I mean, I completely understand if someone doesn't want to have social media. I agree with them.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the only reason that I started having social media in the first place was because, and it ended up not being true, but I thought I was like, one of the only people who didn't have it. It's because people would straight up tell me sometimes, like, hey, why don't you get it? Like, it's only like you and 2 other people that I know who don't have it. You should get it.
Same.
And get it. Like, it's only like you and 2 other people that I know who don't have it. You should get it.
Same.
And
the pressure is real.
Then I started with Snapchat when I was 11, and then I got it and I realized that wasn't true. Because I mean it's 11, so I know people who didn't get like Snapchat, Instagram until like after high school.
What?
Like.
Oh my God,
I mean, to be fair, it didn't really start becoming a thing until like a little bit, like I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's true.
like for me, I didn't really get snapped. Technically, we're still on spring break, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like, it's not all a bad thing. Like, I don't post because I don't want to, have to get caught up in who's gonna like my photo, who's gonna follow me, and all that. I just go on it to browse because there's a lot of really cool content out through things. And I just enjoy it because it's like funny and relatable, but like I don't go on it to fish
Yeah.
for like comments and likes and stuff just because there's really great content on there.
Yeah.
If y'all don't mind me asking, like, have you ever, well, for those of you that got, like, especially, like, Instagram, have y'all ever, like, felt pressured with Instagram? Whatever that means to you.
When I was my dad always said like I had to get it when I was like 13, but I really wanted it in 6th grade and I was 11, and so it took a lot of like trust and I had to do like chores and stuff, but then I finally got it when we took a lot of like trust and I had to do like chores and stuff, but then I finally got it when we were like we had a school field trip to Washington DC, and that's when I like made an account there. But like I didn't feel like I felt pressured to get it, but like to post, I posted a lot on there at first because I thought like, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
posted a lot on there at first because I thought like, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
you get like caught up in it. So the stuff I used to post was like 10-year-old stuff, but like I just but like I posted a lot because I thought everyone was doing it. So yeah, I guess it gets
Yeah, and I get like that pressure. Like at first, whenever I first got my phone and everything, people would be like, "What's your Instagram? What's your Snapchat?" And I'd be like, "I don't have them." And they'd be like, "Oh, why not? Why don't you get it? It's so cool. You should get it and follow me." And like, no hate towards them. Everyone has it and everything. It's just that. I mean, over time, people I knew just kind of, but at first I did feel kind of that pressure to get it. And when I did get it, I remember I was texting you guys. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
what's a good place to start? Because I don't want to feel pressured to post anything. So you guys were like, get Snapchat, because I never post on Snapchat. If you were to get like Instagram, you might feel that pressure. So I started with Snapchat, and then I didn't tell anyone. Like,
Yeah,
for
you didn't.
none of y'all knew I had it. I got it. I told Julie because I needed help setting it up.
Yeah.
And so I was like, help me. And then she was like, okay. And I didn't tell anyone for a little bit because I just wanted to test it out.
Yeah.
So
Do you
How did you all find out?
We were watching Greenhouse in Janae's home.
Academy? Yeah.
Oh,
we went to Janae's house to watch the third season.
Yeah, the third season.
Yeah, the third season just came out. We all met up to watch it.
And me and Janae were sitting next to each other behind Alyssa and me and Janae were sitting behind Alyssa and Mallory, so we were able to see them like shoulder surfing. Yeah. So I was shoulder surfing. Oh my god, that's a tongue twister. And
we were like taking a break, right?
Yes. Between
we were taking a break, and Alyssa got on.
We were like taking a break, right?
Yes. Between
we were taking a break, and Alyssa got on Instagram, and I'm like, Alyssa has Instagram, and I'm like, Alyssa, you have Instagram, and Janae's like, you have Instagram, and Alyssa's like, what?
Yeah, it's because I didn't want to like get it and follow. Yeah, it's because I didn't want to like get it and follow everyone in this whole thing and then not like it and uninstall it. So
oh my god.
And then everyone would be like, why did you even get it in the first place? I didn't want to have to deal with all the questions. But then after a while, I was like, hey, these like meme accounts are actually pretty funny. I'll just keep it. Hey, these like meme accounts are actually pretty funny. I'll just keep it.
Yeah.
And then just went on from there.
I think it's really funny, and I guess I'll put some input about the pressure to post. Personally, for me, I think I've had social media here the longest out of everyone here.
Yeah.
I've had it for almost a decade.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah, you probably won that.
I've had it for 4 months.
I've had it since maybe 2012 or 2013.
What?
But I've had social media for such a long time. And at first, I initially got it because I have family all over the world. And I couldn't keep up with them or anything. But I did have an iPad. And I was able to get Instagram. So from then on, I was adding family members to see like what they're up to because I can't really see them or talk to them because I didn't have a phone, obviously. So Instagram really allowed me to connect with them from around the world, and I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't feel pressured to post or follow anyone. I just did what I wanted on it, and I thought that was really nice. And I've had Instagram for such a long. I already said that, but that's okay. Because I had it for so long, I guess I never really gave in to the pressure because I knew what I wanted in life, and I didn't want to do it.
You hear like, oh, when you're younger, you're more carefree and don't really care what people think.
Yes.
I feel like when it comes to social media, I feel like I was the opposite. So when I first got Instagram, I thought I had to, like, kind of like what Janae said, where you had to like post a lot more often.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know if y'all like seen that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know if y'all like seen that stereotype where like you use all those Instagram filters and then you edit it.
Oh,
That's what I would do, and it was never like a photo of me because I'd never wanted to post myself in it. Well, at first, so it was like these really like over the top edited filtered photos of like.
I love.
So it was like these really like over the top edited filtered photos of like
I love
fireworks or like
Oh wow.
desserts. I deleted them because I was like, yeah, no. But yeah, I don't know. And I would always like, this is more when I was like younger. I would always like pay attention to like the likes and stuff. And after a while, I just realized like, no one cares. Like, just do it. Like, post what you want to post. Don't post because like you feel like you have to post. Because honestly, no one really cares about what you do unless you're happy.
Yeah, and another thing is like, if you start like I said, Instagram and all these other social media things aren't all that bad. You start to feel like really sad or really anxious because you don't look one way because everyone else is posting one way, or because you don't lead the kind of lifestyle they lead, then maybe like just take a break from it and everything.
Oh,
To just kind of realize, I don't have to look like this person or lead this person.
It's kind of obvious, but like I realized that on especially like Instagram, people just post like their best moments.
Yeah.
And especially
it's like a highlight reel. It's a highlight reel.
And honestly, like when I have TikTok now, and everyone's like super crazy comfortable on TikTok, and they just post whatever.
100%.
Way
Literally.
too much.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Before I got like TikTok and all that, and I don't know, I guess I felt like everyone, well, not everyone, but like I don't know, people just posted their best moments on Instagram, and I thought that I guess I should be living up to that. But then I got TikTok, and then I realized like time.
Yeah,
So
like
that was pretty cool.
Because I used to think that on Instagram when people would post their like best pictures, I thought that their whole life was like that. Like you think their whole life is like going to not yachts, going to like tanning and going to like going to like the country club and tanning and swimming. Like you think that's their whole life when you're like in tanning and swimming. Like you think that's their whole life when you're like 11 years old and you're like, what am I doing? But then,
especially when you assume that it's just like an everyday photo.
Exactly. Yeah.
When in reality, that's not always the case. Maybe for some people, but
yeah. And I used to have that mentality as well, but I'm thinking maybe around
it's just like an everyday photo.
Exactly. Yeah.
When in reality, that's not always the case. Maybe for some people, but
yeah. And I used to have that mentality as well, but I'm thinking maybe around a year ago, I filtered out through all the people I was following.
Ooh.
And I was following a lot of people. And I was following a lot of people. And I filtered out the ones that gave me positive energy. So if they made me feel bad about myself or whatever they were saying or posting were negative vibes, I unfollowed them. So I got rid of maybe 100 people that were not so healthy for me. It that way. And I know someone who unfollowed everyone and they're only following 0 people, or only their family members. And that was such a good way for them to detox themselves from all the negative energy. So they literally unfollowed everyone. And while I didn't do that to an extent, all the negative vibes, and that really helped because I don't feel bad about myself going on social media. I actually feel really happy going on to it. So
and like one thing that I like about like TikTok a lot is that it's just content. It's not like all this lifestyle stuff. I mean, kind of, but like it's just like funny content. That's another reason I got Instagram until we went on break on school, was because I didn't want to, people to be like, follow me and all this, and I didn't want them to think like because I didn't like their photo that I don't like them, because it can come off that way to some people. when really it's not true. I just don't really like things at all. I think like because I didn't like their photo that I don't like them, because it can come off that way to some people, when really it's not true. I just don't really like things at all that often. Like not like in general, but like on Instagram, like pressing the like button. I don't do it that often. And I don't want people to think, oh, you're not following me, you must not like me, or you didn't like my photo, what are you doing? Like not like in general, but like on Instagram, like pressing the like button. I don't do it that often. And I don't want people to think, oh, you're not following me, you must not like me, or you didn't like my photo, what are you doing? Like, no, that's not the case.
Yeah. I think one really, really big thing that I noticed that was that, especially after getting to Tile, and then I go on Instagram, and of course, like I'm following like I don't know, like singers I like and whatever, like influencers too, I guess. And then I look at the comments there, and of course, there's always gonna be positive comments, but then there's always some comments that are like they're very quick to pick out like editing, like slightly off by like a millimeter. There's always like that one person that's super quick to call it out, and then all these people are like, like it's like you don't have to do that, and then you go like on TikTok and everyone's like, haha, it's funny. And of course there's gonna be hate comments, but like never that nitpicky. I don't know. I don't know if that's just me or like who I'm following, but that's one really big thing I noticed.
Different vibes from different social media apps. Like Snapchat, Snapchat was formatted pretty differently from the other ones. Like you can't really comment or do anything, and everything's gone after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
But Instagram, a lot of times I do see comment kind of like why would you put that? And then like on TikTok, I see things that are just like funny comments.
Comments on TikTok are like the best part of the app. Like
honestly,
I think they're really funny.
Like they're so creative. It's hilarious.
The thing is, what?
And like
what?
And like I'll say how TikTok makes me laugh the most. Like,
yeah. And like not all the time, because like Julie said, obviously there's hate everywhere. But a lot, I see it more on Instagram than on TikTok, where people are always quick to call something fake or like, call it out for like the bad things in it, not the call it out for like the bad things in it, not the good things.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I don't really read comments because I find the actual content more interesting. I don't really want to spend time reading the comments. Because a lot of times they have hate in there, and it's like, I mean, it just kind of gets in the way of how good the content there, and it's like, I mean, it just kind of gets in the way of how good the content is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I would see something I really like, and I would go to the comments to be like, oh, I wonder if anyone else feels the same way I do about it, and they would all hate on it, and I would feel bad about myself.
Like, I always thought that Instagram or anything, but like I always thought that Instagram was more toxic because like people post their best moments and people think that that's everything, and the comments are usually quick to judge more than like TikTok where everyone's like natural and comfortable. Like with TikTok, the thing is like before I got TikTok, because I've had it since Musical.ly, but like 85% of my personality, and like I got more comfortable with social media because of TikTok. Like it shows that you can post like yourself crying, you can post yourself doing whatever. People don't like judge you. People are just gonna like agree with you and make you laugh. Like,
Yeah.
An alternate title to this video: praising TikTok, bashing
title.
I know TikTok so much.
No, because honestly, Instagram isn't bad. Like,
it's not
because
bad.
I mean, we have our podcast count, and so far it's been pretty positive.
Yeah,
I think it just honestly just really depends.
Yeah, like Instagram isn't. Yeah, I agree with Julie. Instagram's not all that bad. Like I follow like art accounts and like photography accounts, and they're really cool and everything. It's just that for the most part, from what I've seen, there's a little bit more negativity in comments, at least on Instagram, than on like other social medias like TikTok.
Or it's not the app itself, because it's not like
it's not the
app itself, because it's not like
it's not the app itself.
It's not like it was programmed to like have all that,
and like I don't follow, because like again, I got this when I was out of school for break, when we never really went back because of Corona, so no one really knows I have Instagram, so I don't really follow anyone who would be posting like I have Instagram, so I don't really follow anyone who would be posting like like what you guys are saying, like pictures of them best selves and everything. But so all I follow is like like I said, meme accounts and stuff. So I don't see photos of people like of themselves. And honestly, like, I don't blame them because you're not gonna want to post a photo at your worst moment. It's
Yeah.
just on how it's perceived by everyone else. And if
That's
it's
true.
making you feel a little bit insecure, then it's okay to just like stop looking at it.
Just go on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Marieli brought in, and I want to hear what she said, what she wants to say about it. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was
Twitter.
just gonna say that Twitter also has really negative comments, especially because it's based on just writing out your thoughts, and a lot of like TikTok stars recently, but also celebrities and famous people post like whatever they're thinking at that.
Yeah.
War.
A war, a Twitter storm. Yeah.
I don't have Twitter, so I wouldn't know.
You know what though? I will say Twitter, like, I can agree with you 100%. Everyone is ruthless on Twitter. Like, don't take your stuff to Twitter. But like,
Remember the TikTok fight? The amount of shade that was thrown during
you know
that
that
TikTok.
it was staged, right? It was staged.
What you're talking about.
But Twitter is ruthless. Like, if you have like if you don't have thick skin, then like don't go on Twitter. But like it's really, really funny. Like, I mean, maybe I have like a dark sense of humor, but I just thought it was really, really funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
It can be good. I get
Twitter.
I get a lot of my news from Twitter.
I guess you would say is, I mean, all social media will obviously have good and bad parts to it. Like, if you're enjoying going on like Twitter or Instagram or TikTok a lot, then that's fine. Just totally stay on it and everything. But if you're starting to feel like, like insecure or like anxious or anything else like that, it's okay to take a break from it. It's okay to take a break from it. You don't need to feel pressured by other people who have it to keep it.
Yeah, and don't feel pressured to post either. My account is private, so I regulate who comes in and out.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really great way to filter out good vibes and negative vibes.
Mhm.
Is to go private. And besides that, I don't post a lot. I post 3 to go private. And besides that, I don't post a lot. I post 3 times a year.
3
That's
times
crazy.
a year.
That's very specific.
I've never posted, y'all. I don't even have an Instagram bio or a profile picture.
Your name's not even on your account.
Huh?
And that's totally okay. That's totally okay.
Yeah.
And that's totally okay. That's totally okay.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you want to do. I mean, if it makes you happy.
Don't feel pressured by like what other people are posting or doing on their accounts for you to also do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on it because you want to go on it.
I feel like if my younger self, fresh to social media, were listening to this, like, I'd probably tell myself, like, no one cares. Just do what you want to do, because no one's gonna be as nitpicky as you are with yourself. I don't know who needs to hear that, but I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. You are your own worst critic.
Yeah, and although one thing I will say about, at least with Instagram, I didn't have TikTok at the time. It kind of got me more caught up on current events. I don't really watch the news at all. And when I got Instagram, like, during the whole Black Lives Matter movement and everything, I started knowing about it through Instagram, and always a bad thing. It's just really about perception and what is posted and who you follow and what they post.
So this episode is getting kind of long. So Marieli, I know you wanted to say something, and once you say that, we can move on to the questions.
Yeah. No, it's fine. We can move on.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that I've told me to change it because it's like it's such a weird profile picture, and it seems so dark, and I don't know what to change it to. So
just don't have one. Mine's a black square.
Yeah, follow Alyssa.
When I was setting it up, I needed to actually finish the steps to start browsing. So I just took a photo of like darkness and I used that. And then I put for like my bio, I put like a period or something, and then I went back and deleted it afterward.
Oh my gosh, that's one way to do things.
I mean, that's just my preference. I don't feel like I mean, that's just my preference. I don't feel like
whatever makes you happy. Who am I to judge?
And I know social media is such an interesting topic to talk about, and many of you guys had questions to ask us. So we'll be answering those, starting with the first one.
Ooh, these are good questions.
So we'll be answering those, starting with the first one.
Ooh, these are good questions.
These are really good questions. The first question is, what is the effects of social media on teens' ideas and values?
That's a good one.
This is back to the thing where it depends what you're seeing, because again, you can follow. This is back to the thing where it depends what you're seeing, because again, you can follow different people and see different things. But if you're following like all these like models and stuff, and you think like, for example, you think in order to be pretty you need to look one way when it's not true, that can really affect your idea. So and it goes back to saying, if you start feeling insecure or anything, like it's fine to stop or like to unfollow for at least for a while, to see what's really bothering you.
Okay, so for on a positive side of the ideas and values, for me at least, I used to be like people and stuff, and so when I got like TikTok, I saw like people's perspectives and how people have been like living their lives and stuff, and I became a lot more open-minded and a lot more like aware of things around the world. So yeah.
A lot of people do use their like social media platforms for like.
Sorry, Julie. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. So when it's like how. Wait, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. So, like, with the question, is it like how do teens perceive things online?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so honestly, I feel like with that, unless it's something very like explicitly stated, like this is this, I feel like it all depends on just how the audience sees it. Honestly, because someone could post something, and someone sees it as very positive and empowering, and the other person sees it just not the same way. Like, for example, like let's say it's a photo shoot. Someone posted not the same way. Like, for example, like let's say it's a photo shoot. Someone posted their photo shoot and it's like their personal account and it's like behind the scenes. So you always have that one person saying, like, oh, you're so pretty or whatever, and you're so empowering. And then there's always that other person who's like, you can't be promoting this. This isn't real. There's always that other person who's like, you can't be promoting this. This isn't realistic. But the thing is that, and if you also look, I don't know, like there's some like models like photo shoots that they post behind the scenes. They show this is all the work I put in. This isn't realistic. This is just. And some just say like I just won the genetic lottery. I don't know. You always have.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. There's always like people who are saying like you shouldn't post or whatever because. Yeah, I don't know.
You're opening yourself honestly, to criticism, like when you post.
Yeah, like just different things like that. I just feel like it's all based on the person seeing it. Like if you're, unless you think that way and you see that, okay, good for you. But I mean, I see a lot of people.
About perception.
I see a lot of people speaking for other people when it comes to things like that. If that makes sense. I feel like I went off topic, but I don't know if I did.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I'll continue. Okay. So all social media platforms are gonna influence you in some way, whether you have them or not. Like the one that I find influencing me most is TikTok, because there's so many things that get shared every single day, and you can scroll for hours on there.
Oh yeah.
I don't let happen, and I'm glad. But I am still influenced a lot by it, because I find myself doing things that I saw on TikTok, like hacks and stuff, so including recipes. So that's
recipes
influence
are so good.
on our generation.
Good things.
Yeah.
So I think everyone shared their ideas and thoughts about the effects, positive and negative.
Yes.
On social media about negative.
Yes.
On social media about teens' values and ideas. So the next question is, what was the first social media you had and why? And I had Instagram, and that was just to catch up with family. So there's that.
I had Instagram because, to be honest, I don't know why. For some, I have no idea why, but like, just
probably because of the
everyone had
location
it.
stuff on Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
And stuff doesn't just disappear on Instagram. So
that's true.
There's ocean mark.
Yeah.
The first one I had, well, at first, like I said earlier, I wanted to get Instagram because Julie had Instagram and she would show me a bunch of things. Snapchat. We agreed Snapchat was a better place to start, and so that's what I got first.
Yeah, that would be smarter.
I got Snapchat. I mean, especially like at the time I was pretty young, and so like I think the main reason was because you have to add that person back.
Yeah.
And add that person back.
Yeah.
And it was I mean, I know like Instagram uses the same thing, but I didn't know at the time.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I guess it was just another way to like message people if you didn't
Yeah.
have to remember it.
Although
Yeah.
Snapchat, like, really quickly, it like tells you everything though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never have my
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never have my location on though. That's the thing. Like I'm
I
always on.
haven't even opened Snap Map yet.
My mom made me turn my
Oh.
location off because like people could see. I guess.
Yeah.
I share my location to 3 people that I know I trust. And yeah,
Mhm.
in case anything
Before,
happens.
also on a side note, before when she
Oh,
was
yeah.
running late, and be like, Janae, you're 2 miles away.
Oh my
Hurry
god,
up.
before
Yeah.
dance she would always do that, and she'd be like, "Janae is 1 mile away from the center." It's like, oh, lovely.
So for me,
Yes.
the first social media I ever had was Musically, because I was
Yes.
Oh my
in
gosh!
Wait, I had that. I had that
nostalgia.
before. I forgot
I
about
never
that.
had Musically.
I was in
Yeah.
elementary and everyone was starting to get it, and I had my friends that were posting on it constantly, and I would learn some dances with them or
Oh my
stuff.
god, yeah.
And then
I didn't even have a phone in elementary.
they were telling me to get it, so I ended up just getting it.
Yeah.
They were telling me to get it, so I ended up just getting it.
Yeah.
Oh, the
It's
good
so
old days.
Musically was such a positive thing. I forgot that was mine too. I got it in like 2015. It was like, such a positive atmosphere. Like Musically, they would always like boost you up whenever you did anything. It was like it's really fun. I don't know.
I think
I
I'm
never
on some
had it.
of
I
my.
wouldn't know.
I'm probably like if you scroll back on some of my friends' accounts, I'm probably there like horribly lip syncing to some like
Yeah.
song.
I love how carefree we were when we were younger.
I
wish we
know,
could go back
same.
to that.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is a fun question. Someone asked if you which one would it be? I would delete
Instagram.
Snapchat. I don't really use Snapchat that much.
I would choose either between. I don't use Snapchat that much, but I think I would delete Instagram because I can
too.
use Snapchat to text,
Mhm.
and on Instagram I'm kind of like, not known, so I can't text people that. Like if I still want to search up like memes or like art or cooking posts, I can just go on TikTok. So
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't delete TikTok unless someone literally took my phone out of my hands. Like,
even then, you have to pry it off Janae's cold dead fingers.
Cold dead fingers.
Janae is not.
Mm-mm.
I feel
That's
like
so funny.
if I had to delete one app, I'd go back and forth between Snapchat and Instagram.
Mhm.
I'd say I'd want to keep Snapchat like back to what Alyssa said, where you just message people.
Mhm.
But then like Instagram, I don't know, like a lot of the stuff is just repost anyway.
Yeah.
So just go on TikTok. I mean, it's still pretty cool for like your friends, but if it really came down to it, I'd put that into consideration.
Yeah, because even now on Instagram, I am seeing TikToks. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
if I want to see more like DIY stuff, I can always go to Instagram's gone. I can't
TikTok?
ever find them.
TikTok is our source of all my information intake. So
It is.
You guys are gonna contradict me, but I would delete TikTok.
Man,
Because
that is
Really?
let me explain myself. I would delete TikTok because it takes too much of my time and it's so time consuming.
Really?
It takes too much of my time and it's so time consuming that
Really?
sometimes it's just like I'd rather watch short things on on Instagram, because they're gonna be on Instagram anyway. So if I want both apps, then I can just go to Instagram, watch some TikToks, but also use Instagram to message people, post on there or whatever. Watch some TikToks, but also use Instagram to message people, post on there or whatever. And Snapchat I don't use much, so in the end I wouldn't be wasting too much time on social media.
Well, y'all know who the
actually-
responsible person is from the
Yeah.
group.
yeah.
I
got a good.
like she said earlier, you can go on TikTok for hours.
I got a good.
Like she said earlier, you can go on TikTok for hours because like you can keep scrolling, but I don't do that. I like leave like every like 30 minutes or so because
What?
then again I like reading a lot and I end up going like to stop to like read or to stop to go on YouTube or to stop to do this. But she has the point. You can go on it for hours.
But I do that intentionally. It's not like I don't realize the time. Like I like using my time
That's
like
your
that.
hobby.
Yeah.
What's your hobby?
Oh,
What do you do? I'm on TikTok.
When you
Yeah,
guys
but
send,
honestly,
I'm like,
could
I was on it for too long. I just go out because I'm like, oh, I think I want to read now. Like,
scroll down and like blink and 5 hours go by. Like it gets
Yeah,
kind
that
of bad
happens sometimes.
sometimes, but it's fun.
Me in
It's
the
worth it.
morning. Me in the morning, whenever I
Like-
want to go to school, I wake up and then it's like 5 minutes and then I go back to sleep.
In 5 hours, yep.
When you guys send TikToks in the group chat, end up scrolling through TikTok for a while before I
I'm
realized.
sorry.
So sorry.
You can get like kind of lost in there.
Just a little off topic, but when we all thought TikTok would get deleted,
Oh my god.
I started saving all my favorite TikToks in my
So
camera
many
roll.
people did that.
So I have
Yeah.
like a couple hundred TikToks on my phone. It's probably gonna be saved to the cloud, but
Since
it's
I
okay.
don't have a TikTok account, I can't. Well, I don't know if I can save them. I know I can't like or
We
follow
can.
anyone.
Mhm.
Oh,
We can.
well,
Melissa,
me and
we
my
can.
sister. Oh yeah, Heidi doesn't have a TikTok account either. Me and my sister, ever since we both got TikTok, she doesn't have an account either. We would TikTok, she doesn't have an account either. We would send them to each other, so I wouldn't save any of them only because like all the ones I already found funny, I would send to her, and they would be on her history in our WhatsApp conversations. So they were technically already saved.
Saved in the messages, right?
Yeah.
Saved in the messages, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I really like the next question. It's
Yeah,
pretty
me too.
interesting. Would you be able to live without social media?
Yes, I went without it.
Just kidding.
Yeah. I love how you addressed me. No.
Just kidding.
No, you're right. No. Without TikTok, no. Without every cent. But
I would. I mean, like I
I'd be okay.
I already had it for like I already didn't have it for like a
Mhm.
really long time, and I had a phone. It's like not. It's like just life. I don't know. It's normal.
no, but here's the thing. It's not that I can't live without like scrolling through videos. It's just if I couldn't like check up every day. I don't know, that sounds so weird, but if I couldn't like check up on like if they posted, I think I would like combust internally. So, yeah.
Combust internally. Wow,
That's one way to put it.
I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay.
I think for me, it would hit hard the first, maybe even a couple, find a way to cope.
I mean,
Like, can I change my answer?
Sure.
Because during the pandemic, I probably won't be able to live without social media. But if the pandemic wasn't a thing and I could be in school and traveling, I'd be okay without social media.
Oh yeah, you know, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people would probably think like, oh my gosh, I can't. Like, I for one didn't get my phone until like I didn't get my first phone until like way after most of my peers and friends, and I didn't get social media like also until way after my peers and friends. Like, it's not bad. It's just, like you find things to do. Like before, when I didn't have a phone, when I would get home, I would just like, I don't know. Or when I didn't have a phone, when I would get home, I would just like, I don't know. I would read or I would draw or I would do my homework. Or now, before when I didn't have social media, it would be the same thing. I would go like on YouTube, or I would also do the same thing, read or draw. It's not like impossible to live without it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
think what?
Oh no, go first. It's okay. I'll go after
Okay,
you.
well, I think if I deleted social media, then I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Go on. I'll remember.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say, sorry to change the subject real quick, but back to Hurricane Hannah. It's really gloomy outside. Since when we first started recording, there are droplets on my window, and it's very windy outside.
I know.
Oh, I turned my light on. Normally, I just use the window light, but like it's too gloomy.
Yeah, it's a little too gloomy for that.
Okay, I remember.
Oh yes.
If I delete social media, then I wouldn't care too much about what people thought of. Then I wouldn't care too much about what people thought of me because I wouldn't know what's going on or who's judging them.
Oh,
So
yeah. That's
I
true.
agree.
That's true.
It's
That's
true
true.
though.
You're speaking facts.
I mean, that's why I don't post.
How
Yeah.
much time do you guys spend on social media on average?
Wait, let me check my screen.
Like
Before
a
or
day?
after the,
Spend on social media on average.
Wait, let me check my screen.
Like
before
a
or
day?
after the pandemic?
Let me check my screen time.
Let's do before the pandemic and after the pandemic to keep it even.
Before,
Okay.
I
Y'all
would
go
say
first.
probably like 2 to maybe 3 hours per day, and I thought that was a lot. But since the pandemic, let's see.
You know what
I don't know if
my weekly TikTok use is? You know what? It's 55 hours. I'm not even gonna talk about
Oh
it.
my
Let's
god.
see. I
That's
use
a lot, Janae.
I'm not gonna talk about it. It's
So-
okay. It was it's okay.
Before the
Have you-
pandemic,
Oh my
I'd say 2 to
gosh.
3 hours as well, but right 5 hours, almost 6 hours, and it went 43% up from last week.
That
so.
is not even that bad.
Ooh.
I have 12 hours a day on this app.
Oh my god.
I've used TikTok for 16 hours and 36 minutes this week.
That's not that bad.
Well, compared to before the pandemic, it's a little worrisome this week.
That's not that bad.
Well, compared to before the pandemic, it's a little worrisome.
Oh, Julie, don't even worry.
I know I asked before or after the pandemic, but I just realized I didn't get most social media until after the pandemic. But I would think not that much. But I would think not that much because like I said, I like doing like other things like reading and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, I don't know, just other stuff that I can find myself doing without, you know, having to force myself to be like, oh my gosh, it's been 3 hours, I should do something else. I'm just kind of like, I feel like.
But now with the pandemic, 7.
Oh wow.
Oh, I just realized I didn't get TikTok till after spring break started. And
what do you mean it hasn't ended yet?
that's true. No, yeah, 16 hours, and that's because it's lower. That's less than what I usually use.
7, like during school. Oh wait, not 7, like 6 or I don't know, like like 5 or 6, and then I know, and then now it's 12. How lovely is that?
Does anyone else still watch YouTube a lot?
No, yes. I got so bored of YouTube.
You know what I've noticed?
Girl.
Ever since I got TikTok, I've watched YouTube.
I only watch TikTok. I only watch TikTokers' YouTube channels, but that's it. Like otherwise, it's like
I find like I don't know. I still find pretty interesting stuff on YouTube. That's usually what I would use before.
Me too.
Before I got TikTok.
Sure. Before, when I didn't have social media, I would use YouTube a lot. I still kind of use it.
These times where I do get tired of TikTok, I'm just like, well, I'll go on YouTube.
Yeah, you know, same. Like to watch like One Direction videos, I use YouTube.
I just do like.
Yeah.
So they're longer, right,
Janae?
Well, yeah, they are longer.
Janae is like, she can't like pay attention to a YouTube video long enough to watch the whole thing.
You know what? That is true.
I would Janae, and she'd be like, let's watch this YouTube video. In 2 minutes in, she would leave and start another one.
Okay, you know what? That is because, but if it is talking about something to do with TikTokers or One Direction, I will not pause the video. But otherwise, yes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, this next question's kind of, I don't want to say deep, but it's not as lighthearted as the other ones. And it is, how do you stop comparing yourself to others?
Okay. So when I was younger, I know it's not really social media related, but I have an older sister, and when I was younger, I would compare myself to her a lot. Like I would be like, oh, like we both like drawing. I'd be like, oh my gosh, her drawings are so good, mine suck, or like, oh, she has such pretty hair. I don't know, you know, just this and that. And then eventually I told my mom about it, and she was like, if you compare yourself to her, you're like never going to be happy, because there's like, I know it's cliche, but it's like we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. You just have to stop thinking about it, which I know is like, you know, kind of a weird answer, but really just stop thinking about it. Like, you know, instead of thinking, stop thinking about it. Like, you know, instead of thinking, oh, like her hair is way better than mine, just think, oh, I really like my eyes, or like I really like the way like my hair color, or the way that my hair is wavy or something.
Yeah, and it's like there's always going to be someone that's better than you.
It's always
there's always going to be something great that you can point out about yourself, and you don't always have to focus on the negative side, and that's what our motivational quote is about later.
Yeah, and one more. Oh, go ahead. Okay, one more thing I would add is like, me and my sister are kind of close, and eventually, like with the same, I would find out that sometimes she would compare herself to me. So like,
oh wow,
you know, there are things that, you know, if we were both like, I was gonna be like, oh my gosh, no, like I really like the way you do this. It's like way better than me, and she would be like, are you kidding? You do this way better than me, and like I wish I had this from you, and I'm like, I wish this way better than me, and like I wish I had this from you, and I'm like, I wish I had this from you. So it was kind of like eye opening that like, instead of looking at our strengths, we always look at what we don't have, and we shouldn't really be doing that.
Everyone would be more like Rosa and her sister. Because everyone's fighting their own battle inside. So you just have to be nice to yourself and others.
Yeah.
I find that, like I said, when I was a lot younger, I would constantly compare myself, but I wouldn't realize that I was doing it. So I think the way I stopped, again, back to Alyssa said, I just would just stop. As weird as it sounds.
It sounds weird, but you just don't.
Self kind of like wishing to change something, I'll be like, just stop, stop, and then eventually I just stop thinking that way, and then and then again, like, just find something about you
that you like.
Yeah, because we're always looking at what we don't have, when really we should be looking at what we do.
The grass is always greener on the other side. It is, yeah.
Like, out of everyone here, I'm the best at being really short. Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
The way that I look at this, though, is like, the people get so insecure about what other people think of them. So if you don't know, like, you think other people see all your insecurities, but if you don't tell out of a perfect person, and same goes for other people, you think they're so perfect or that they're like the best person in the world because they don't show their insecurities as much as other people. So if you don't like compare yourself to others, then you'll have better. You won't show your insecurities to other people, and people will think of you better in some way.
Exactly, it's more confident. Yeah.
And I know it's like harder, especially like in teenage years, because you know all this insecurities and fears and doubts start coming out. But you know, as weird as it is, like Julie and I said, just don't think about it. Like before, I would catch myself thinking, like, oh, like this or that. Like, I wish I had, like, that color eyes. I don't know, something random. And I would just be like, you know what, whatever. And I would start thinking, like, oh, what's for lunch today?
Or you could like,
oh, what's for lunch today?
Or you could like,
yes, the perfect topic to talk about is lunch.
When you realize you realize your self-worth, like you realize everyone is good in in reality no one is bad. Everyone is just good in different ways. The same thing with beauty. Beauty comes in all forms. It just manifested in different ways. The same thing with beauty. Beauty comes in all forms. It just manifested in different ways. You know what I mean? So like,
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like one thing that really, really helped me also was like let's say I'm just gonna make something up. Like, let's say I wanted different color eyes. I'll just like say like, well, do you know what? I can't change. Not gonna happen. Like, just how do I make it something that I like?
Yes.
Yeah, I would just be like, well, how do I just make it something that's a part of me instead? And yeah,
I agree.
That helped a lot, actually.
Yeah.
You know, everyone here was talking about looking on the positive side, and that brings us to and this is by Ralph Marston, and it's a really, really nice quote, and I really like it. And it says, "Being positive in a negative situation is not naive; it's leadership."
Yes. Period.
Optimism.
So yeah, you could take that as you wish, but there's just that to keep on the back. The difference between an adventure and an ordeal is your attitude.
Yeah.
And I know that we have a long episode today, but me and Julie, wait, were you guys done talking about that quote?
Yeah.
Okay. Me and Julie partnered with Love Michael, and Julie, do you want me to start on? Okay, I guess I'll start. Let me pull up my little pamphlet that I can read off of so I don't lose my train of thought. Okay, I am passionate about this campaign because I believe everyone deserves a shot at life. Unfortunately, autistic adults who age out of the government support, because many autistic people have some sort of disability, they aren't employed, and so they're usually underemployed or unemployed. Over the next 10 years, 500,000 autistic adults will lose the support of state-funded programs. The loss of support results in depression, anxiety, and mental illness. And this next part is the part that gets me. The hope of a bright future is met with a 400% higher suicide rate in autistic adults.
Oh no.
That's really sad. This percentage can be reduced, and this is where Love Michael comes into play. Love Michael trains, educates, and employs autistic adults. They provide a great place to work and a supportive community. They also hand make all natural gluten-free granola at their bakery in New York City. They are called granologists, and they make amazing granola, so check them out. They are also amazing granola, so check them out. They also passed the New York State Food Handlers license, so you're all good to go. And by supporting this campaign, you are supporting a bright future which otherwise would be rejected.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And I think it's really important to give everyone an equal shot at life, because everyone deserves a shot at life. Like, everyone has a great potential to grow and be the best version they can be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, living wages. And I'll give you some more links about that later in the description.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, from talking about posting on Instagram to keeping our lives private, I'm sure we can all relate on some level, and we will continue to live through these experiences. But in the meantime, we will learn to come to an end after an hour plus. To ask us about any questions you have, or if you have any concerns, feel free to email us at hearUsOutThePodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at hearUsOut.official for weekly updates and a chance to vote on our next topic. Thank you for listening to this week's episode.